Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria, a small town on the border of Germany. He was the fourth of 6 children born to Alois and Clara Hitler. His father was a strict customs officer, while his mother was gentle and deeply loved by Adolf. Young Hitler was not a strong student. He did well in certain subjects, especially history, but clashed with teachers and eventually dropped out of school at 16. What he really wanted was to become an artist. He dreamed of studying at the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. But when he applied, he was rejected, not once, but twice. Those rejections crushed his dream. In Vienna, Hitler lived in poverty. He painted postcards to survive and stayed in shelters. During this time, his political ideas began to form. He became intensely German nationalist, admired strong leadership, and, tragically, absorbed extreme anti-Semitic views that would shape his future. In 1913, Hitler moved to Munich, Germany. The next year, World War I began for Hitler. This was the turning point. He enlisted in the German army and served as a messenger on the Western Front. The war was brutal. He was wounded twice and temporarily blinded by a gas attack. Still, he found meaning in the army, where he felt a sense of belonging. When Germany lost the war in 1918, Hitler was devastated. He blamed the defeat not on the military, but on politicians and minorities, believing Germany had been betrayed. After the war, he remained in the army and worked as an informant. In 1919, he was sent to spy on a small political group, the German Workers' Party. Instead, he joined it. Within months, he became its most powerful speaker. The party soon changed its name to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazis. Hitler's speeches drew huge crowds. He promised to restore German pride, rebuild the economy, and overturn the Treaty of Versailles. His fiery words tapped into the anger and hopelessness of ordinary Germans. In 1923, he led the Beer Hall Putsch, a failed coup in Munich. Hitler was arrested and sentenced to prison. During his 9 months behind bars, he dictated his book Mein Kampf, My Struggle. In it, he outlined his vision: extreme nationalism, racial purity, hatred of Jews, and the creation of a powerful German empire. When Hitler was released, he rebuilt the Nazi Party with discipline and organization. Over the next decade, he gained support by attacking weak governments and exploiting Germany's economic crisis. The Great Depression in 1929 gave him the chance he needed. Millions were unemployed, and the Nazis promised hope. By 1933, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. Within months, he consolidated power, eliminated opposition, and declared himself for the supreme leader. Democracy was gone, and a dictatorship was born. As leader, Hitler transformed Germany. Massive public works and rearmament created jobs and restored national pride. The Autobomb, the Olympic Games in 1936, and military parades made Germany look unstoppable. But beneath the surface, he created a state of terror. Political opponents were arrested, critics silenced, and Jews stripped of rights under the Nuremberg laws. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, triggering World War II. His armies swept across Europe with lightning speed, conquering nation after nation. But war was not his only ambition. He launched the Holocaust, a systematic plan to eliminate Jews and other groups he deemed undesirable. 6 million Jews, along with millions of Poles, Romani people, disabled individuals, and others were murdered. It was genocide on a scale the world had never seen. At first, Hitler seemed invincible. France fell. Britain stood alone. In 1941, he launched Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. At first, it looked like victory, but the Russian winter and fierce Soviet resistance turned the tide. The United States entered the war after Pearl Harbor, sealing Germany's fate. By 1943, defeat loomed. The Allies advanced from the west, while the Soviets crushed the Nazis in the east. By April 1945, Berlin was surrounded. In his underground bunker, Hitler remained defiant, still believing in ultimate victory, even as his empire collapsed. On April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler took his own life with his wife, Eva Braun, whom he had married just a day earlier. His body was burned by his aides to prevent capture. He was 56 years old. Adolf Hitler left behind a legacy of destruction and horror. Under his leadership, more than 70 million people died in World War II. His racist ideology fueled the Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters in human history. His dictatorship turned Germany into a symbol of tyranny